In Jeremiah 29:11, God says, I know the plans and the thoughts that I have for you. God has amazing thoughts for you. The thoughts that God has for you and the plans that God has for your life is beyond anything that you could even ask or imagine. But somewhere along the way, we began to listen to that loud overspeaker voice, and we'd stop listening to the small, still voice on the inside of us. That big, loud voice is that ugly sound that tells us that everything is going wrong. It tells us that our stuff will never get together, that we will never be right, that we will never have the things that we desire. We'll never get to our destiny. In fact, there is no destiny for us, and everything is wrong. Agony, agony, agony. That's not the plan that God has for us. That's not the thinking that God has towards us, but there's an ugly thinking system that we allow to come into our lives, an ugly thought system that we begin to feed into, and that voice gets louder and louder, and it moves from the external to coming on the inside of us. It becomes an internal voice, and we begin to listen to that, and we begin to believe that, and we begin to feed into that, and we begin to take the voice of God that says, I know the plans that I have for you, and the thoughts, and we let that get quieter and quieter and quieter. I'm thinking about a sister in Mark 5 who had an issue with the shedding of blood, and she kept saying over and over again that I know the situation that I'm in right now, but I know that if I could just touch the hem of his garment, everything will be right for me, because the plans and the thoughts that he has for me, the best that he has for me is not what I'm experiencing right now. So I'm going to turn down any voice that says I have to live this way, and I'm going to press my way through. So she took the negative voice and began to quiet the negative voice, and she turned up the positive voice that said, I don't have to stay like this. And she took that voice and she took that journey and she pressed her way through and touched the hem of his garment. And Jesus said, who touched me? He said, virtue came out of me. Power came out of me. Thoughts and plans that I have for someone's well-being has come out of me. Daughter, your faith has made you whole. I'm telling you right now, that ugly thinking that you have for yourself and toward yourself, that negative thought that you have, and those negative voices and influences that you're listening to, cut them off. Hear what God says. Hear the plan that he has for you over and over again. I am more than a conqueror. I shall, and I will, and I must overcome. Mountain, you got to go, because I'm far too powerful to stay in this place.